Why should dumb little kids be allowed
To speak?
You can guide them in the right path.
Both have to go once again together.
That's a tough balance.
Are schools teaching this type of mentality? Because it's not really theory. It has to be really experienced and lived.
What did schools give us?
People.
Yeah.
Whether for the better or worse. People. School gave me you, bro. Ever since elementary school, we grew up together.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to go down to the nitty-gritty of what is it that education can accomplish. Because there's a correlation between low education and lower health and economic development. What exactly is it about education? What types, is it like practical knowledge? Is it theoretical knowledge? And how is that connected to all of these outcomes? That's pretty abstract to me still. So that's one thing I've been thinking about. I want to be more clear and concrete about that.
We do benefit from those theoretical concepts that we learn, but not in a way that literally changed our worldview upside down, like flipped it around completely. It's just knowledge. Education. What skills did you build along the way? Like permanent skills that you built by having a good relationship with your teachers, having collaboration with your peers.
I see as the ideal of education. If you look closely at classrooms, how is that accomplished? Maybe I fell through the cracks because I graduated from the US system without having those skills. My soft skills were not great as a result of the American system. I just did my own thing. To what extent should we focus on individual initiative and self-learning? And to what extent should we focus on teamwork and group work? But now the focus is on collaboration, whereas like 50 years ago, more like individual learning. People say like geniuses are solitary people.
Sure.
And then on the other side, people say no, geniuses and great inventions and moments in development of technology happened as a result of group work. If you look at writers, Emily Dickinson was a recluse. Other writers, like Hemingway, was very social. Everybody's different and you have to allow the student to find their path. That's why any absolute system that emphasizes only one is not a good system.
Yeah, that's why totalitarian governments don't work.
Yeah.
That's why at the end of the day, I end up endorsing American system of education because it values creativity and personal input, personal opinion as an acceptable and even celebrated form for discussion.
Well, and then I have a thought about that because why should dumb little kids be allowed
To speak?
You can guide them in the right path.
Both have to go once again together.
That's a tough balance.
I don't think dumb little kids should be able to have like validated opinions until they can formulate valid opinions. So it does require a bit of 주입식 as well at the end of the day.
Yeah.
그래서 이게 한국식 교육이나 아시아 국가에서 많이 하는 교육 시스템이 아예 다 나쁘다는 건 아니야 사실.
Exactly.
Yeah, 같이 가야 돼. And that's the whole point of the channel I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as one picture perfect world that will be across applicable for every other world. 다 각자의 장점들을 가지고 와서 같이 합류하고 have a synergetic reaction.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I think the moment in history that we're in, it seems like now we're globalized, right? So there used to be the East and then there used to be the West. West was dominant for the last 500 years. Now the East is rising again. And so there's a kind of clash and we're trying to figure out, like in this discussion, very different philosophies, two different systems, and how do we get the best of both worlds? Because each one has a weakness that maybe the other takes care of.
Sure.
We sort of know too much to be like one is right, one is better than the other. It seems like the ideal is a mix of the two. It's just that is very complicated. And hopefully the right direction in history for the next 500 years will be collaboration, the synergy, synthesis.
It seems very impossible, but that is our vision and ideal to reach, right? And you really summarized it very well. Hopefully that is the new paradigm for the next 500 years, right?
Yeah.
I like how you said the next 500 years, because we're not even going to live to see that.
Yeah.
But we're working towards that.
I mean, that's cool. Yeah, we all die and everything is meaningless. You can think of it like that. But if you're a good human being, maybe you do accomplish things, even just like set up a business or something. Your effect on the world does last through the people that you influence and even through the stuff that you make, and then that influences the future generations. In the end, you do make history in your own life, and what you do matter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You matter no matter how menial and small you feel in all the daily life, repetition. Each step of the way, creates a path.
Yeah.
And then path leads to a final destination. Yeah.
Yeah.
James Song, everybody. Thank you for that, dude.
Yeah. Looking forward to the next discussion.
Let's go. Good talk, man.
Thank you.
All right.
Is that a crocodile?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty sick, dude.